Hey everybody, welcome to Sandy's Creative Connection. Hope you're having a good day.
All right, so let's get going on this card. What you'll need for supplies, or if you're part of the club, you would then get these supplies. 4 1/4 by 11. And then you need, this is all Whisper White. Then you'll need a piece of cardstock that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then you need another piece of cardstock that's just a little smaller, or 3 3/4 by 5. And I have scored it at 5 1/2. The base. And the first thing we're going to do is go to the Big Shot using the layering circles. And we're going to cut out these circles right here. And what we're going to use is, and I've already went ahead and done it ahead of time, it's this circle, which is the fourth to the largest. So we need this one, and we need the largest one, largest circle. And when I went and cut these out, I just went ahead and centered this one up, ran it through the Big Shot, then I pulled it off, and I centered it up and laid out my other thinlet or framelit and ran it through the Big Shot. So, all right, so we got our circles done. And the next thing we're going to do is bring in the colors. Now, I chose Old Olive and Calypso Coral because that's the blends that I have. And when blends are alcohol, but you can use the watercolor classic inks to do your outline of your stamp, because it won't blend them because it's alcohol on water. So, as you know, Memento is water-based black ink. Well, we've got water-based colored ink, so you can use that to be the outline of the leaves. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put these words down here at the bottom. So you're going to do that on the smallest sheet, which has the largest circle. That's kind of hard to get used to, but I'm going to try repeating it a couple times, and hopefully you guys will get her done right. So we're going to use Celebrate. And now what we can do is pop this up with some dimensionals. And I put dimensionals on 4 corners, because my purpose is I've got to slide these leaves in, and I don't want to restrict the sliding in of the leaves. So now I'm going to put this down and make sure all the margins are even all the way around. Yep, looks good. And now it can also go on my card base. And that can get glued down if you would like to keep the layers limited so that you can mail it. There we go. Okay, that's all done. And I like it being off-centered. I almost got that one centered, but at any rate. Okay, so the next step is to create these flowers and use the blends to add depth to the leaves and things like that. So the last thing you're going to need is a 1/2 sheet of Whisper White cardstock. And I'm just going to stick it in here. Again, we're making the flowers. We're going to cut them all at once. All right, Old Olive on the leaves. Now I'm going to take my Stamparatus, turn it around, and I'm going to put Calypso on the flowers. Okay. Now I need more than one of each, So I'm going to take the paper out and flip it around. It's a little different than what I've trained you in the past about flipping the acrylic plate around. This time you're flipping the paper around. Well, you're doing both actually. You're flipping it to stamp on both ends of the paper and flipping the plate to get both images, all 4 images, sorry. All right, we're done. See how quick that was? Well, we got to go cut them out. So the stamp set we used is called Falling Flowers. It's on page 168 of the catalog, and it has a coordinating framelits that go with it, Thinlit framelit, and so we will cut these out after we're done with using our blends. So that's our next step, is use our blends. We're going to get out Calypso Coral, and let's get out Old Olive. And this is what's neat about Stampin' Up! Is all these colors coordinate no matter what we're using. So here's our Old Olive, our Calypso Coral, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and pop in some dark. Okay. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to grab that dark and blend it out. And the goal here is to blend all those little dark ticks, I call them, or marks I put down with the darker Calypso. So just work it until it blends. And I am probably, I mean, that's the basic, is you take and you outline it, put down a few ticks. You could even do outlining here, like that, and then just blend it with the lighter color. So I'm going to speed up the video so you're not sitting here watching me blend all day long. I used dark there, ran it down the middle. Now I'm using the light Old Olive, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it and pull the dark into the light. Okay, I'll go ahead and finish and then I'll come back once I'm done doing all of the flowers and things.
Okay, so here you can see that I finished coloring in all the flowers, and I'm going to get my Big Shot and we will proceed to cut these images out.
So I don't know if you noticed, but this, we have a little tab here on the framelit, and then the stamp has a tab, and if you will, when you stamp it, if you'll make note where that little arrow is, it helps to line it up. So I remember that I was facing the stamp that way when I did it, so it should be pretty easy to line it up, and it is. And this guy here, he is not gonna fit, so that's what's kind of cool, is I can come and do the opposite one. And then again, on this guy, he also has a little tab, and the stamp had a tab, and I just made a mental note which way it was facing. I faced them all down, so it should be an easy find, and it is. We will run them through the Big Shot. And then we will do the others. Pretty quick. That's what the Stamparatus does for us. You can stamp it quick, and then the cutting out part is quick. So see how easy that lined up? I mean, because I knew which way it was pointing. Okay. There we go. I remembered that this one was pointing down. There we go. And then this guy is last. See how nice that worked? Worked great. Should go together pretty quick. So let me bring back in my card, and the first two things I'm going to do is put these leaves in. I'm going to use some glue dots, and glue dots go on the front so that you can just slide it in. I'm going to do it opposite of the words so it balances. There we go. And then I am going to put my little whatever, they're a berry. I'm going to use snail on this, using my silicone pad, because it's going to get put right on top here. in here somewhere. Let's see how much of that glue shows, and if it's sponge, I will take it off with my adhesive remover. So then the next thing is going to be, let me get my sample back in here. Let's put down the big guy, and he's going to be glued down. We're going to kind of glue him right in there. And we're going to take our little flowers. They go right here, top and bottom. And I use the large dimensionals to do that. Now, last but not least, and this guy just goes on the inside, and you may want to go ahead and color with maybe a yellow, that center. So let's do that real quick. There we go. We can just glue him down on the inside of the card. Nice. Yep, I like it. So let's get these guys on there, the faceted. And I'm going to do 2 of the smaller ones in the middle, and then a large one on the pretty big flower. So there you go. We are done. All right, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed my blends classes. If you have any questions or want to join one of the clubs, just shoot me a comment or run on over to my blog, and I'll have information there, okay? You have a great day.